G'day fellas and welcome to a casted game. This is game number 7 in the series between Wham01, who spawns in as the blue Chinese, and his opponent, the Mister, who spawns in as the red Rus. Ladies and gentlemen, this is 4 Lakes, and today we have got a very special game for you. The Mister was down in this series by 3-0. Wham had taken the three first games off him completely uncontested, wasn't even close, and Mister looked like he was going to be losing that 4th game as well. He climbed the hill, and he climbed the mountain, and he climbed the mountain range all the way to the top, and eventually he was able to pull out that win in the 4th game. The 5th game came around, he won that one. The 6th game came around, he won that one, and now we're up to the 7th game. Things are starting to get a little bit spicy. I don't know about you guys, I'm looking forward to it. We are on 4 Lakes. You guys will know this as one of the best Age of Empires 2 maps. It has been ported to Age of Empires 4. And of course, Mister sits with the best civilization on this map. He's going up against the Chinese, a civilization that's also pretty decent on this map, in my opinion. Obviously, I think the Chinese are pretty good on all maps because I'm a China fanboy. So, look, even though I'm a big fan of Mister, I absolutely love the guy. I'm still going to be rooting for Wham over here on the Chinese. So, we'll look to see how he plays it. Obviously, going up against the Rus on this map, let's talk a little bit about why Rus are so damn good on this map. So, first and foremost, it's a bit of a long distance. You take a look here at how far Mister's going to be collecting these fishing boats, or these fish, right? You can barely see that deep water fish there on the edge of the line of sight. Now, one of the big factors to remember is that on a lot of the maps that we used to have water on, things like Boulder Bay, things like, well, just any map that's got water, Mongolian Heights, you know, ancient spires, that sort of thing. Typically, your fishing boats were going to be right, or your deep sea fish, or just your fish for that matter, were going to be right here next to your dock. So it wasn't a big deal that, the Rus fishing boats, they don't have to return their fish back. Well, hold on a minute. Now it becomes a big deal because look how far away these fish are. It means he can sit down here. He doesn't have to worry about returning those back to base. In addition to that, he's also got faster producing fishing boats than any other civilization per capita. That's going to be the key factor there, is because they do cost 2 population. They do cost twice as much. They gather at 1.9 times the speed of a normal fishing boat, so not quite 2 times. It's going to be 1.9 times, but they only take 35 seconds to make, whereas a normal fishing boat takes 25 seconds to make, meaning, you know, you've got... What? Oh my god, he's blocking the barbican! Oh, he's blocking the barbican! Oh my god, it's so smart. One of the things he doesn't actually need to do, he doesn't need to build these walls. He can just leave these walls. This is something that I learned against the Mongol town center rush, is you don't actually need to build the walls. You just draw the wall segments all over the map, but you don't actually have to build it, and then they can't build their buildings on top of your walls. And you would have seen this multiple times. And look at this! Wham coming out now. This is the biggest brain play I've ever seen. I haven't seen this in months. It's been so long since I've seen it. Look at the walls coming down completely. He's stopping the barbican. Such a proactive move. This is the first time in this event we are seeing this come out in the final game, just when you thought that the barbican might have come in, might have found itself at home somewhere in this base. Wham is going to be finding absolutely no space for it in his position. We'll take a look on board with Wham. He's found a spot over here. He's going to be trying to put it down. Now, Mister's going to hear it go down. The town center's going to be really close to it. To be honest, I think he might actually get this down. Villagers is going to be chilling out for the moment. You can see him trying to block it. Villagers moving in. Barbican going to be coming through. Villager, oh my lord, it was so close to a block. Got to be careful not to lose those villagers. He's going to be able to pull them from the south side. Going to be trying to take out this Barbican. You can see the numbers here looking pretty decent at the moment. He's got it up against the gold mine as well. It's going to be hard for him to get those villagers behind. A little bit of a body block, but the villagers now going to be coming through on the backside. We'll try and keep tabs on these villagers and see their health. First one coming down pretty low, sitting at about 20 health now. Second and third one, but I think this Barbican's got to get up, and with that, Wham going to be looking in a very solid position. Just when you thought the 900 IQ play was going to come in, Wham comes in with his big brain and his mouth breathing, and he says, I'll take that trade. Wham is trading. He's trading villagers right now, and things are looking good for him as that Barbican is getting up, baby. 4 minutes and 30 into the game, the Barbican does go up. It's going to be a successful play for him here. He's going to be able to pick up a couple of villagers on the way out as well. We can see him as he tries to pick them off. Look at him taking them out. There goes one. Second one might get picked off as well. Let's see if he's able to do it. There goes the second one. Boom. So he's managed to trade out 2 villagers there for 6. So things, I mean, it's probably not the best trade. Well, hold on. I don't know if he brought 8 villagers here. I think he might have only brought like 6 or 7 villagers. It didn't, I don't think he had the full suite. So he's managed to trade off a couple of villagers. A lot of these have got quite low health. But now we start to see the outpost crawl coming through. A little bit of a wall coming in on that that side there as well. With the wall on the back side, he's trying his best to block it in. He's managed to do a pretty decent job over here. I got to say, I love the way that Mr. played this. He knew exactly what he was up against. And I love the way that he scouted out his enemy. He saw there's no dock coming down. If there's no dock, there's only one way I lose this game. It's with a Barbican. And the Barbican still manages to get down. We can actually see this house from the Mister never got up. It's sitting right now. Look at this. 739 at 750. And this could have been a consideration that, you know, he has made. Age up now coming through. It's going to be the Golden Gate. Nice and safe on this backside. No chance of it really coming through. Doc now going to be coming up as well here for Wham. He's going to be looking to try and prevent his enemy from gathering up all of the fish that are out here. So a junk going to be able to come out here, and keep in mind, he's got the Barbican in a position to try and protect it. I love the fact that he was able to get that down. You know, one of the best ways, if you're going to be going for this, so if you're using, so anybody that's out there watching and, you know, trying to emulate that same thing that Mr. just did, what you would do is use a house, use the blueprint of a house to determine where you can actually place down that Barbican. So essentially the way that it works is 4 houses all next to each other is the equivalent size of a Barbican. So if you can find that in a spot, you know, then you can actually counter it, and you can say, all right, I'm going to put a wall here, I put a wall here, I put a wall there. That's the sort of thing. But now fishing are going to be under attack. Mister going to be under threat over on this position. We can see him doing a bit of harassment over on the gold, or over on the food sources. Lodya fishing ship managing to just run away for the moment. He's keeping all of them alive, and now keep in mind, if he's able to take out the fishing boats before the age up comes through, then there's going to be no real possibility that he's able to contest this water. The other alternative is that he looks to try and get a wooden fortress up towards the north, or maybe even down towards the south, and then looks to push out from that. But honestly, your best bet is just go and start somewhere else, and that's exactly what he does. Mr. now going to be moving down towards this south side, looking to try and expand his fishing operations down here instead. So pretty decent shutdown over here. First of the Lodger fishing boats going to be going down. Second one going to be coming up next. And you can see that Mr. is going to be getting cleaned up out here for now. He's moving the fishing boats off into different positions, trying to get them as far away from each other as possible. If he does get one Lodger attack ship out and then converts one, he might be able to hold on against the junk. Oh my lord, it's terrible for Wham though. Wham just losing, unfortunately, a little bit of attention over here. We'll take a look at that Mister and see how he's doing, whether he's actually going to be going for any trades here, or whether he's going to be looking to convert those over. As I said, he might have just given up on this water completely. The fact that his enemy's already established over here with the dock, with the outpost, it's going to be tough to try and take that down. Villagers moving out though, away from those woodlines. You can see that he's got such a great little spot in here, and he does manage to find that fishing boat on the very corner there. Other fishing boat looking to just hover for the moment. He's waiting, but now beginning these fish on the south side. See, the villagers were moving out for Wham. He was going down onto that south side, but he gets scouted out by the scouts, and he knows that there is the potential risk of a night, because Wham can see the fact that there is a stable up. Wooden Fortress going to be coming out for the Mister. He looks to have stabilized. Realistically, the primary goal of this Barbican was to, I guess, you know, prevent the fishing in this pond from coming through, and that's exactly what it's been able to achieve. But the Mister's just gone, and he said, well, I'm flexible, baby. I don't mind. I can fish in both ponds. He is easy like that. He swings both ways when it comes to the fish in the pond. Mister now going to be turning his attention towards that junk as he loses his last fishing boat and sits in a bit of a difficult position. But now fishing going to be happening as well. It's going to be Wham that's looking to fish in Mister's pond. Over on the east side, now Mister moves out, doing a little bit of the cockroach strategy. He is bringing out docks to every single corner of the map. You got to try and match me. You got to try and stop me, because remember, Mister, it's going to cost him 150 wood for that dock, and then for each fishing boat, 150 wood more. You want to try and take him out, it's going to be 150 wood for your dock, and then it's also going to be an even more exorbitant amount for that junk if you want to try and get it out. So, you know, it's a big risk whether you want to actually go for it. You got to find it in the first place. There's a lot of factors to consider, but right now, Wham, I mean, he's in a tough spot. No second town center just yet. He's got 370 stone in the bank. Villagers come up. He's going to be looking to try and get down that second TC sooner rather than later, but we are crossing towards that 10-minute mark, so it's starting to get a bit late. Still no dynasty out from him just yet. Still sitting in the Tang dynasty. Looking towards a potential Song dynasty as well. You can see that those resources starting to stack up. Could even be just thinking about going for a castle age timing with the 2 TCs. could work as well, but we'll watch and wait and see how he does it now. Town Center going to still be pumping out these units. Villagers going to be moving out towards that wood line. We'll take a look back over on the other side of the map and see how Mister's doing. Rallying more of those knights towards the center. It's going to be a horseman and a scout up towards that north side. You can see the double hunt up here as well. His bounty at the moment, only 215, but remember, bounty not a huge factor on this map. It's all about the fishing and finding those ponds. He's doing a great job so far with the fishing boats in these ponds. Remember that these villages, or these fishing boats, basically are double fishing boats. That's the key here. So his economy is absolutely huge. Mister now moving in with a knight. Going to be finding an Imperial official. No, Imperial official heads back. Villager going to be going down, though, unfortunately losing its life. And Mister, very good position for him now. Still got the Barbican in his face, but it's not much of a threat. It's not much of a worry. House still, unfortunately, yet to be built, yet to be cancelled. Over on the other side, Villager's going to be jumping inside that wooden, or inside that outpost for the moment. We'll check on board with Mister and see what his plan is. It's got to be more stables. Dropping down another lumber camp, looking to expand out his position. And a lot of villagers here on gold as well. He's got 11 villagers on gold, so he might even be thinking about a bit of a castle age. Second town center has now come down for Wham. Imperial Academy also going to be coming through here. Beautiful little academy he's got. Unfortunately, not able to hit that wood line. Did go for a pretty far away mill here. I'm not sure exactly what the idea was behind this mill. But, I mean, I know what the idea was behind it, but the reality is that this probably not the best position for it. So I think what Wham was looking to do was try and connect with as many berries. So there was a good little spot here where he connected with 1 berry patch, 2 berry patch, 3 berry patch. But the reality is he's very far away from the town center now. Look at the distance between where the mill could have been and where the mill is. So it means that income from tax is going to be a little bit slower, a little bit longer on the walk. And in addition to that, it's also going to be further out, so it's more subject to raids. But the dock going to be coming up now. He's going to be looking to either get in on the fishing himself or potentially look to take out his enemies fishing. It definitely doesn't hurt to just get a junk out and start patrolling across this coastline if your enemy's not yet fishing. But now, looking to try and fight off these knights in the base. Scout going to be going down. Nice, cute little walls coming up as well for Wham. Still yet to wall across this position towards the north side. He's opened. There's a bit of a hole up towards that north side. Bit of a gaping hole, if you will. Age up going to be coming through shortly for Mister. He's got more knights in queue. He could cancel them and age right now. And indeed, he does cancel them and looks to age right now. So there it is. I love the way that I call that out, and he does it immediately upon that. But let's take a look and see whether he's gotten... I'm curious as to whether he's... Does he not have any... There we go. So no wheelbarrow coming through for Mister just yet. So 13 minutes into this game, no wheelbarrow just yet for him. Obviously, a lot of his economy is going to be that fishing economy. He's on 47 economic units at the moment. Been shut down completely on that west side. But interestingly, the fishing operation hasn't really expanded. Now villagers moving forward towards this stone mine. Could be thinking about dropping down a keep as well. So we'll have to wait and see exactly how he plays that out. Raid coming through on the backside for Wham. Wham also going to be looking for an age up. So Wham managing to find his feet now. And things not looking terrible. A little bit of a wall going to be coming up on this backside. He's going to be able to prevent that raid from coming through. Now going to be able to connect there. The knight's going to be forced to run around in the opposite direction. And he's probably going to be wondering, why the heck are you guys running in that direction? I told you to go up over there. Villagers now jumping inside. Going to be able to find the astronomical clock tower. And with that, the villagers going to be forced to head inside that town center. Unfortunately for them, there's not enough space. 8 villagers rather. One of them did go down 9. Look at the knight losing its life. But that's okay. He's taking out villagers as he does it. Also preventing that age up from coming through. Bit of an awkward spot as well for this astronomical clock tower up towards the north. It would be very easy for a keep to just get dropped right on top of it. You drop a keep right here and you can just type GG, because if that keep comes up, there's no way you're getting trebuchets out. They're way too slow, and they're going to come out from here and they're going to try and walk. You can rally the trebuchet or the clock tower here, but the trebuchets still come out from this position. I don't know why it happens. It's just the way that it is. Other options for the keep include, I mean, you could go here on the gold mine or even here next to the town center, but I think that is by far the best position. Wham got to be very careful here. Unless he opens with the trebuchet straight away, he's going to be in a really tough position. Mister now over on that eastern side. Going to get taken out. We see the fishing boats have been taken out. A little bit of a graphical error there. More fishing boats down towards the south. Wham, or rather Mister on 560 stone. So keep going to be coming up. I feel it coming. I can't help but feel this is the best spot. Smart move by Wham here doing this. He's actually going to be walling out the relic, but he doesn't really care at this point. For him, it's more about just keeping this clock tower alive. He knows that there is a huge threat if a keep gets dropped here. And now looking to wall, actually re-wall in that position. He goes a little bit further out. Knight's going to be in this position as well. He could look to come out through. Knight's just going to be hovering for the moment. They're going to be able to run behind the fence. He sends one in each direction. Keep going to be coming down on that gold mine, as we suspected. Obviously, would have loved to have had it up here, but probably a little bit too aggressive, I suspect. And now, I mean, in addition to that, obviously, the walls have come up as well. So, Mr. going to be drawing down that keep. And with that, I would expect that we see a siege workshop looking to get dropped down quickly as well. When we have a look at the relic count at the moment for the Mr., he's got 1 so far. Second Warrior Monk is out. He's out on the map. There's 2 more relics down towards his south side. Another relic up towards the north. Still yet to pick up all of the relics, but there are plenty more where that came from. Keep is coming up now for the Mr. So how does Wham hold from here? Well, he keeps making villages out of his town centers. He knows the keep is up. So for him, it's all about getting the trebuchets out. Now, my advice would be, and this is kind of weird, but to go heavy on Springalds from the clock tower and then make a siege workshop, which you make trebuchets from. And I know that seems counterintuitive, but essentially the idea is that when your enemy drops down that keep, they're also going to start making trebuchets themselves. And when they start making trebuchets themselves, they're going to be looking to tee off down upon this. So you're going to need those Springalds to take out the trebuchets and also to fight the enemy trebuchets. Now, obviously, you've got to be careful. There are knights out as well. We'll take a look at Mr. and see what he's up to, because he's still going quite heavy on the knights here. So maybe Spearman might be a good decision here as well. You can always mix in the nest of bees if need be, but ideally, you know, when your enemy drops a keep like this, they're going to begin playing your game. That's the kind of game you want to play, because you've got that clock tower. Down towards the south, it looks like a sacred site gonna get captured. And this is where it starts to get hard for our Chinese player, because he doesn't want to push out of his base. He's very happy back there. Sure, he doesn't have a lot of the map, but that's okay, because he's playing for the late game. Remember, that's what he cares about. He cares about the late game. Now he's going to be losing this gold on the front side as well. That's going to leave him with only a single gold in the back. Other alternatives include the 2 stone outcroppings, but realistically, the only other gold that he's got is down here. He's now going to be coming out towards this. Might be looking to drop an outpost with a mining camp, potentially, or it could be something a little bit different. It's going to be a keep down on the sacred site. Smart move there from Wham. At least force away those trebuchets for a little bit of time, because they are going to be coming out, I suspect, any second. Where are the trebuchets, and why aren't they out just yet? Still, we don't see any siege coming out from him, so maybe this is the plan of the Mr. is to just sort of bait out his enemy, because as I mentioned, you know, I would have been going very heavy on a combination of Springalds as well as Bombard, or as well as trebuchets to try and deal with this keep, but maybe that's a little bit of a bait. You can see he's only gone into 800 stone, everything else, and he's just investing heavily in knights. So maybe this is the next level play. He's still going very heavy on knights right now. Let's have a look and see how many he's got. 10 of them. Quick check of the stable count. He's sitting on 2 stables at the moment, so not a huge amount, but he is looking to add in. There's the siege workshop now coming down, neutralizing the sacred site as well. It's going to be a villager. The keeper's gone up as well. He secures a wood line down towards that south position. The trebuchet is finally out for Wham. He's going to start working on that keep in the middle. Now, keep in mind, Mister's got plenty of wood in the bank. I say plenty. I mean, he's got more stone, or more wood than he's got stone. Remember, in the next patch, when it comes in, that you're going to have a difference. And that key difference is that your keeps are going to cost stone to repair instead of wood. Now those knights going to be looking to try and get in on the counterweight the counterweight trebuchet. He's actually going to be able to push them through, to push it potentially through into this nice little spot here, where there is double walls on both sides. Villager's going to get pulled. He wants to be careful not to lose it, because it might go down when he's going through the gates here. In fact, I think it might go down as he goes through the gates, and the villagers did make it, but unfortunately it wasn't enough, and now those villagers are going to have to fall back, unfortunately not going into their potential hidey hole, and just instead getting massacred completely. So Mister demonstrating his strength here. Instead of going for a trebuchet, instead of going for those Springalds, he just goes completely into cavalry. Such a smart move from him, and this is definitely not something I would have predicted, and you can see how smart he is when it comes to playing. He just doesn't play the conventional way. He's just always one step ahead. You know, I'm thinking like a monkey, he's thinking like an ape. That's the difference, and it's so impressive to see. Wham now on the defense. You can see he's got so many damn attack notifications going off right now. Sacred Site gets captured in the north, all 5 relics now. You're gonna be going over to his opponent. 4 relics for the moment. Where's that 5th relic? I don't know. Oh, there it is. There's that 5th relic. It's still locked up at the moment. So 4 relics going to be going over for the Mister. And Wham definitely going to be on the defensive. I apologize for missing this. It was a little bit of a raid up towards this northern position. I guess when you got so many damn things under attack, it's hard to determine where the important ones are and where the ones that's like, oh, a Barbican's killing my town center. It's shot my town center a total of 192 times. Thanks for letting me know, game. I really appreciate it. Mister, still looking pretty decent here on this front side. The trebuchet did go down. He's going to be looking at getting another one out. I wouldn't be surprised to see a bit more of a wall come down, but it's going to be hard for him to do it. You might have to think about cutting across, like maybe towards the backside, something like that. That way, at least the trebuchets are a little bit safer. You would have thought it would have been safe up over here, but obviously those knights just come in, run around. There's nothing to stop them. No spearmen, no nothing. And as a result, it means that Trebuchet did go down, but now Villagers forced away from that gold mine. You can see that they did make their initial trajectory to be down here on the lumber camp, but have changed their minds. Now going to be sourcing some gold out. He's going to be dropping down a tower, an outpost, looking for a little bit of an extension. And Mr. currently sitting on 3 ponds. 1 pond towards the north, 1 pond towards the east, 1 pond. Geez, that was close. 1 pond towards the south. He's got 3 out of the 4 ponds secured right now. Compare that over to Wham, and he's sitting on just 1. Villager count at the moment, 88 versus 91. But keep in mind that villager count does not include the fact that there are 17 fishing boats. So the reality is that that 91 is actually 108. Also throw in the relics as well, and you can see that the values start to get a little bit skewed. I mean, we could probably like throw in upgrades as well, and, you know, sacred sites and all that kind of thing. Maybe we could come up with like an effective economic number that would actually determine, you know, where these players are at. But I guess they all mean different things, right? Because like, even though a relic is 2.5 villagers gathering gold, it's not, right? Because it's free gold. It's unidleable gold. It's gold infinitely for the rest of the game. So maybe, you know, it's a little bit more valuable. But I guess, I mean, in terms of income though, things still looking pretty even, pretty fair. Wham going to be under attack though. No spearmen at all out for him. The night number's looking pretty healthy at the moment for Mr. He's going to be jumping in with 15 of them, turning his attention towards that nest of bees. It's going to be trying to come back towards the villagers. Villagers get the repair off, but going to be exposing their soft underbellies now. And it looks like that nest of bees is just going to go down, and now Mr. going to be turning his attention. Remember, this is game number 4. Mr. with the potential to close out this series. Not the potential to close out this series, but to close out this series right now. This is game number 4, and he's looking to overwhelm his enemy's base. We see the military count starting to drop. Wham sitting on 10. He's got a trebuchet out. He's got a nest of bees that goes down. And now the knights continue to funnel in. He's got 12 knights in queue right now. Also going to have Boyard's Fortitude to really stack this up. And Wham looking like he might be on the ropes all of a sudden. Mr. was down in this series 3-0. He has made his way back and evened it up at 3-3. And now with the potential to come through and take that golden ticket out of the hands of Wham, he continues to take out villagers. An Imperial official going down. A nest of bees going to be firing down upon him. But he's looking like he's got him on the ropes. A single spearman going to be coming out. I think he's got a hardened upgrade at the very least. The second one going to be making its way out. He's going to need more than that. I'm running out of breath. Things not looking good right now for Wham. Mr. is all over him at this point. We see more and more units coming in. He knows he's on the ropes. He smells the blood in the water, and things are looking terrible right now for Wham. He's down to 69 population. That is not nice. That is not a good place to be. Mr. on 124. I think it might be a good game right now. Things are not looking pretty for Wham. This could be a good game. It looks like Mr. is going to be going to Heidelberg. Ladies and gentlemen, the Mr. does it in an incredible series. He was down 3 games and brings it back 4-3. What a performance from Mr. today. Good game. Well played. What an absolute legend. Oh, jeez Louise, boys. That was a cast and a half. Fellas, if you've enjoyed this, make sure you check out EGC TV next week, the week after. There's going to be plenty of content coming up. You won't see much more from the Mr. though, because he is heading to Heidelberg.